Okay, so we are going to solve our inequalities. And this is very similar to the process of solving for x or solving for a variable, solving an equation. And our goal is to get the letter or variable on one side by itself and the numbers all on the other side. So in order to do this, I am going to try to move that 7 away from the 5. So I'm going to subtract 7 on both sides, just like we would if there was just an equal sign in the middle. We don't have an equal sign here. We have a greater than or equal to symbol. So I am going to subtract on both sides that 7. So 5 minus 7 gives me negative 2 is greater than or equal to y. Now, we can graph this inequality just like that. Some students and teachers prefer that the variable be on the left-hand side. It can be a little bit easier to handle. So we can flip the whole thing. So we're going to put the y on the left-hand side. When we do that, we're going to flip over the symbol. And so the smaller end of that symbol needs to be still facing the y. And so this reads y is less than or equal to negative 2. So that's just easier for some people to read versus the negative 2 is greater than or equal to y. It does not matter to me which you would choose to use. Like I said, some kids just prefer to have that variable on the left-hand side. Now to graph this, I am going to make a couple of lines and add numbers that are around negative 2, so both above negative 2 and below negative 2. Sorry, my dogs are barking. And so we have negative 2. If we go up from there, that's negative 1, 0, 1. If we go below, then we are going to hit negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And again, you don't have to put that many numbers if you don't want to. Just 4, 5, around there to get the scale. So we are going to put an closed circle because that greater than or equal to symbol, that less than or equal to symbol is telling us that we're going to have a closed circle for sure, and that y is going to be smaller than negative 2. So we are going to go to the left or shade to the left to the smaller numbers. So I'm going to do a filled in dot here at negative 2, and then I'm going to just do some shading, marking. You can use a highlighter to the left to show that y is in the range of numbers to the left of negative 2 or smaller than negative 2. Looking at example 2, we're going to take the same idea. I want k to stay on one side by itself and the numbers to stay on the other side. I'm going to leave k where it is. K is on the left-hand side. I really prefer it there. So I am going to subtract 24 on both sides. So k is, the sign says greater than, and negative 5 minus 24. If you need to use your calculator, please do. Especially subtraction with negatives, it's terrible, very difficult until we get really a good handle on it. So feel free to use your calculator. So negative 5 minus 24 gives us negative 29. Negative 29. And so this is saying that k is greater than negative 29. Thinking about it in words, that greater than symbol gives us an open dot, and we are going to go to the right. So looking at my number line, I'm going to pick a couple of numbers. Again, I apologize about the barking dogs. So negative 29. Going larger than that, with negatives, we have to remember that going larger is going towards positive numbers, going towards 0. So our numbers actually look smaller. We go to 28, then 27, then 26, but with negative symbols in front. So negative 29, negative 28, negative 27. If I go smaller than 29, negative 29, we're going to go negative 30, negative 31. So I'm going to do an open circle at negative 29, and I am going to shade towards the bigger numbers. My apologies again about the dog.